So good morning. As you can see, it's quite dark. I've got the head torch on and we're off for a little morning trek up the north face of Ben Nevis. So I probably won't speak to you again until it lightens up a little bit, but here we go. Morning over Fort William, I assume, down there. And as I pan around, there she is. Videoing on the iPhone because it's much better at night videography than the GoPro is. GoPro, it's just darkness. It does appear to be darker out here than it does actually show on the phone. But there we go, these views will be better, I suppose, when I drop back off later on this afternoon. Impressive though. It still seems to be actually quite a bit darker than it looks on screen, but you can quite clearly see the snow patches still on Nevis now. I guess this is the sheltered side as the day warms up, but this is where I'm heading first. A quick spin around to see the orange hue coming up. I'll carry on along there as well while I'm at it, back to Fort William. Just a quick breather, I found a perfectly sized rock to fit my bum. Back down to Fort William. And again, slightly more orange than it was. Excuse my shadows from my head torch. Looking brighter now. The head torch is off. Right, so I'm onto the GoPro. This is the path I've been following up. Fort William. There's quite a bit of low bands of cloud floating about. I'm hoping I don't kind of get flooded out when I'm up there. It doesn't look too bad, but fingers crossed. But here she is. Actually, if it's called Ben, I should probably call it he. He, she, it. And at the back there, the CMD Arête, which I'll be following around to get up on top. Okay, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that one because I'll insult the good Scottish folk. But at 1179 metres, I'm currently the highest I've ever been. Lots of low level cloud over that way. The beacon of light coming up, which I'm assuming will be the sun when it pokes its head out. Spin around. That's next. And then up to there. I can see people up there already. And there was me hoping I'd have it to myself. I doubt you won't. No, you won't make them out up there, but just somewhere here. There are 4 or 5 people. Pied wagtail up the top. And here we go. Bosh. Been joined by the big yellow thing. More than welcome. I think that cloud, if anything, is pushing out, which would make sense because that's the direction the wind is travelling. Logic. Back down where we started, somewhere down there near Fort William. The sun now gracing the top of Ben Nevis. Again, I can just see people on the lookout tower, which is about there somewhere. views down, then this is my path, if you can call it a path, over to CMD Arête. More low-lying cloud in the valleys, you know what I mean, that way. And there we go. Right, let's crack on across this ridge. There we go then. The CMD Arête begins. Impressive view down the valley. Actually Ben Nevis this side. Carn Mor Dearg that side. While I'm able to, I'll give you a quick 360 over this side. Impressive stuff. Sunlight breaking through. Light in my way. Well, I've made it to the cairn, if nothing else. I think from here it gets a little bit steeper, but it's fairly easy going up on these boulders. Gosh. Going pretty well from that cairn. If you can't see it, it's not where this big patch of snow is, a little patch just beyond it. It's next to that. There's a path up that's quite dusty and scree-like, which is not very easy going, but I've just been going up the boulders, so a bit more to the right. And it's actually much easier going up the boulders. I've joined up with the scree again, but I'm going to head back up this boulder patch rather than up the scree path just here, because I'm finding it much easier going. Look at the view. Not only that, look what I found! Yes, mate. Highest point in the United Kingdom. Lots and lots to explore. Wow. How amazing is this? Memorial bits and bobs. Right, we'll have a look in the observatory. Is it called an observatory? I can't remember. A few shelters. There's something written on whatever that one is over there. But that's it. The top of Ben Nevis. No, the shelter. Plenty of shelter around here. Out the wind. Not a window. Britain's highest war memorial. I've only just realised how much low level cloud there is. So I've been extremely fortunate. Look how close that is to where I am as well. That for my entire route there's been none. I mean, there's not a lot that way, a couple of little patches. That's the way I'm heading off, following them cairns. That's kind of the traditional way. Then I'll split away from the main path and head back to the North Face car park. But yeah, there's been absolutely no low cloud from the Fort William area, which is down there somewhere, and all around Ben Nevis. But look at it all around this way. Makes me feel I've been rather fortunate. And there we are then, back. There's your 360 from the summit of Ben Nevis. Right. Rather you than me, matey, rather you than me. Starting to warm up. Quite cold as I've dropped off there. The breeze was picked up a bit actually as I came away from it. And started dropping off the summit, that is. Cracking views down that valley. Seems the further you look down the trail, the more consistent the trail of ants becomes. There's obviously a shortcut here that a lot of people are taking as well. They're obviously struggling more than those that are taking the more zigzag flatter route. Impressive little falls. We're dropping down. Just left the main trail. And I'm back on the one now that heads towards the North Face car park. Quite a bit to go yet, mind. I think this goes right in and then V's right back, like a V, comes right back out again, doesn't it? So the track that continues and goes in a V, and it kind of goes in and back out, goes down there. And although this isn't plotted on the map, I had seen that there might be a route across here, and I think it's a very clear route, so it's going to save me that big V in and out just to cut across. Okay, so that path down off here wasn't the easiest to follow, if I'm honest. It's not a well-made track, but it's obviously been well trodden because there are lots of footprints and everything else on it. I won't fancy it in wet weather, I'll give you that much. But now I've got to cross this stream. Thankfully there are a lot of boulders, as per. And this should get me back on to the track that I went up on. There you go then. I don't know if this is some sort of number clicker thingy. Does it tell me? I don't know. But here we go. I'm back on the track that I headed out on earlier. The path that I followed comes down here. You can kind of see it along there, but it wasn't the clearest path to follow. I maybe could have gone over that style down there, but I've just crossed the stream on the boulders. It wasn't too deep, and this is it, dropping away from Ben Nevis. Looks more impressive in the daylight, doesn't it? Again, the views here were a little bit different this morning when it was all lit up in darkness. Can't quite see Nevis from here. Probably one more shot to compare to earlier as I get a bit lower down. Here we go then. This is this morning. There's the views now of the Fort William, and the last final view back to Ben Nevis. That's about it then. Here we are at the car park. As ever, I'll add some photos, the map, elevation, gain and distance to the video, and I'll see you again soon. Cheerio, bye.